All right, welcome to our second video on how to search databases. This one is about ProQuest. So I'm just going to jump right in. We're going to be doing a lot of similar search techniques that we did in the EBSCOhost video. Our basic goal is to narrow down our results to a manageable amount using filters and different search techniques. So let's get started. You'll notice the first thing on this page is the search bar that naturally performs the basic keyword search that you're used to using. Then you can also see the databases that this is searching. And this is actually a good example of bundling, which I talked about in our Google Slides lecture. So this is ProQuest Central. This is one database according to ProQuest, but it actually has all of these other databases included in the title. So this is, whoops, sorry, my cat is laying on my keyboard. Let me remove her. Come on, Bouncy. Okay, there we go. All right, yeah. So all of these that are under the main database are the ones that are bundled together and the database is selling them as a package deal. But we're actually going to go ahead and go back to that basic search and use the same search term we did last time, which is cancer. And keep an eye on the results, which is nice and big right here above our limiters. The first thing that you will notice is that there isn't a description of the source types underneath each image like there was in EBSCO, but to see what kind of source it is, you can just hover over it and then it will tell you that this one's a scholarly journal. And the little graduation hat also indicates a scholarly journal for those that don't have an image of the cover page. So in ProQuest, peer-reviewed and scholarly journals are considered to be two separate limiters. So I'm just going to go ahead and apply those both right now. So let's see peer-reviewed. That massively limited our results. So now I'm going to go to scholarly journals. You can see that didn't change things too much. Now we're going to go ahead and do full text. And the final limiter that we set last time was published within the past 5 years. So we've got still a lot of results, but it's way more manageable than what we started with. Something that you might notice on these first few articles that have popped up is the little open access image. It means that even if you weren't affiliated with a library or a university that pays for access to these journal articles, you could still read these. So even after you graduate from college, there are some database companies that are trying to incorporate open access into their schema. And so that way people can actually read articles without being blocked by that paywall. So it's trying to lessen that digital divide that we talked about. So we will just go ahead and grab one of these articles and show you what the article record looks like and how it differs from EBSCOhost. The first thing you'll notice is that it goes to the full text article before it tells you any other information, so you can read it just right here in your browser. The next option for this particular article is to go to the full text PDF. And naturally, you can download it to your computer or a flash drive from there. If you want to see the abstract and the details of the article by themselves, you do have to click into this final tab. And so this is where you'll see the subject terms, the authors, you'll see where it was published, all of that good information that you want to check before you actually dive into reading the article itself. ProQuest also has some tools you can use. You can see that this is another way to download the PDF. ProQuest also has a citation tool. It looks a little bit different than EBSCO's. Instead of just having them all done out for you and you scroll through them, it actually has a drop down, and that is because this has a lot more options, one of which is different editions of the citation style. Generally speaking, you want to use the one that is most up to date if your professor doesn't specify, but if they have a preference, you can always default to, oh, well, they don't want the sixth edition, they want the fifth edition, so we're going to use that instead. All right, if you go to all options, you'll see similar options to what we had in EBSCOhost, such as save to my research. This is ProQuest's version of saving it to your ProQuest account. So you would have to create an account and then you would save it to your account where you could come back to the website and look at it later on. You can also save the article to Google Drive or any other cloud-based resources that you use. The citations can be exported into citations management software. And then there are other options for saving it. If you don't like PDF, you can use Excel, you can use Word, or you can just get a text-only version. Okay, another thing that ProQuest does is it gives you related items here on the right hand side so you can see other articles that have similar topic areas. And you can also limit things down by subject here on the side. All right, now we're ready to go into the advanced search for ProQuest. You will see that it has the Boolean operators as EBSCO hosted. You can also tell the database what your search term is. For example, you can tell it that it is a subject, an author, a title, so you can be a little bit more specific there. The first one I'm going to do is cancer and childhood, because this is the first one that we tried in EBSCO, so we're going to see what kind of results we get for that. 4,000 results is a lot more reasonable than what we were looking at before when we were just searching for cancer. You can also use the advanced search techniques that I talked about in the Google slides, such as searching for a phrase with the quotation marks. Now we can go through 15 results. That's definitely a manageable amount of results. Another thing that you can try is the truncation, which is using that asterisk with a root word. So I'm going to use child and just put that asterisk. And so we're going to be getting results that have child as a root word and also cancer. So it looks like a lot of it is giving us childhood, but we also got a hit for child. It would hit for children right here. Childs as a possessive noun, that would show up as well. You can also do the wildcard search. So we're going to use the organization as our example. And so I already performed this search earlier, so I know that ProQuest uses the question mark as its wildcard indicator. So you just have to try either the question mark or the exclamation mark because databases are different. And once this loads, you will see that we use the wildcard correctly because we're getting results for organization and organizations. I'm not seeing any results with the S spelling yet, but the wildcard should encompass that. I'll show you what it looks like if you use the exclamation mark instead of the question mark so you can get an idea of what it would do if you did it incorrectly. So it's giving you a suggested search because it doesn't recognize the search that you did. So you're not getting any results that are relevant to what you were looking for. You can see there's no highlighted text. It does have one that talks about organizations, but it may not be exactly what you're looking for. Other than that, it's pretty much the same as EBSCOhost. Just look around and play with it, see what kind of tools it has and how you can change or limit your search results. Good luck, and I hope you will come back and watch the one on Science Direct.